Hey guys, my name is Maros, and this video today will be about how nice guys' unconscious mind sabotages their efforts. So, first of all, what is the nice guy? What is the nice guy pattern? Nice guy pattern is something that every man has to some degree. Some men, however, have the nice guy pattern, the nice guy part of themselves so strong that it completely sabotages their efforts, it makes their life difficult, it makes their life heavy, and it's simply life is simply difficult. What I mean by this specifically is that guys who are running the nice guy pattern are experiencing compulsive niceness. It means that they have to be nice in order to feel okay. This is driven by a very deep conviction that there is something about them that is not okay. They're not okay the way they are simply, and in order to be safe and to believe themselves that they are okay, they have to become what other people around them want them to be, right? Because of this, guys are smiling when they don't feel like smiling. They agree with other people when they don't feel like agreeing. In the groups of people, they get a little bit socially awkward because it's like, how can I know for sure? What can I say? What can I do? How can I be sure that it's going to be accepted and it's okay? Because of this, they are feeling uneasy in their bodies, and paradoxically, they self-sabotage because of this uneasiness. They don't feel good about themselves, so their expression is not natural. And because their expression is not natural, they get reactions, they get weird reactions, and this just confirms to them from the outside that, yeah, there must be something wrong about them. So today I want to talk about the unconscious mind and how the unconscious mind sabotages the efforts of the guys who are running the nice guy pattern. When I say unconscious mind, what I mean by that, or what I define as unconscious mind, is all the thoughts and feelings you're not looking at right now. Okay? So I give you an example. If you experience in the past some, or let's keep it simple. If I ask you what you had for lunch yesterday, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna go there in the past and you're gonna imagine what did you had yesterday, and you can bring it up from the unconscious mind, right? So it was in the unconscious mind, now it's in the conscious mind. The thing with unconscious mind, this is the regular proactive using of the unconscious mind. You can simply remember, right? But unconscious mind is also a collection of thoughts and emotions that you have repressed. So, for example, if you had an experience in the past, or you have a memory that's extremely painful, in fact, it's so painful that it's not comfortable and it's not safe to even bring it up in front of you, then what you decided to do consciously is that you will never ever experience this. You will never allow yourself to feel that, and you wanted to destroy this idea, destroy this experience, but you did not destroy it. You just pushed it in your unconscious. Now it's in your unconscious, and because all emotions wants to leave your body and all thoughts want to leave your body, every time you find yourself in a situation that somehow resembles what you repressed, what you suppressed in your mind, is going to come up and it's going to ask to be experienced, right? So all men have experienced fear of rejection by women because all men had imperfect mothers. It's impossible that someone will grow without any fear of rejection at all. Some guys, however, have an extremely strong fear of rejection, and some guys have only minor, very manageable fear of rejection. The guys who have very strong fear of rejection have a lot of fear and a lot of stuff repressed in their unconscious mind. And that's why when they think about possibly approaching a girl, approaching a woman, all this stuff starts to come up, and suddenly it becomes impossible. And because they don't know how to deal with this experience, with this experience, with tension and with the emotion and with all these thoughts, what they're going to do is that they're going to suppress it. They're going to suppress the emotion, and they will consciously start to focus extremely hard on analytically trying to find out what is the best way to give a compliment, what is the best way to ask something, what is the best way to simply have this interaction so that it looks okay, so they don't have to feel all this stuff that's repressed in their unconscious mind. Now, I have a good news and bad news. The bad news is that your unconscious mind is basically programmed right now by your past experiences. And this is the stuff that you have experiences in your family, stuff that you experience in your culture, in the society where you live in, the gender, what you learned about gender, what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what it means when a man approaches a woman. All this stuff, all these memories, all these thoughts are stored in your unconscious mind. So you can't really do much about that, right? So that's the bad news. The good news is that you have 100% control, and in fact also responsibility, on how you deal with your mind and how you deal with your unconscious mind. If you just raise your hands and say, I don't want to do anything about this, you're going to go through life and you're going to be programmed anyway by all the marketing you see. If you see Coca-Cola commercials everywhere, and this is what happened to me, I see Coca-Cola commercials everywhere. When you go to a third world country where you're afraid, what are you going to get? You're going to get that which is most familiar. And if they have Coca-Cola, you're going to go for that because that feels safe. This is the same thing. What is in your unconscious mind is going to determine your choices, your decisions, how you're going to behave, how you're going to express yourself. I'm going to give you another example. Let's say that you had a shitty day at work and you feel angry when you come home. Your language, your gestures, your facial expression, your tone of voice is absolutely determined by what you feel. It's not determined by how you decide to speak, right? Especially with women, because women see through this shit like with laser eyes. So it doesn't. If you want to have big influence on how you express yourself and how confident you are, the one thing that you have to target is how you feel. Because when you feel good about yourself, it's easy to be confident. When you feel confident, when you feel dominant, when you feel a lot of masculine energy, that's how you're going to express yourself, right? When you feel playful and a little bit cocky, then that's how you're going to express. All the thoughts are going to come from there. So the problem with nice guys, the problem that nice guys are dealing with is that they have a lot of guilt and shame and fear in their unconscious mind. They never learn how to deal with their emotions. And instead of releasing them and processing them, what they're doing is one of the ways how everyone deals with emotions, right? They either suppress them, they forcefully make themselves not to feel that. I'm not going to feel that. I'm not going to feel that. I'm not going to feel that. When they're going to be doing this for their entire life, for instance, some guys have completely disconnected from their anger because they believe it's wrong, then this is going to happen automatically, right? That's repression. Repression means unconscious suppression. So when they get angry, they don't even notice that they get angry because they go right for the guilt. They only feel guilty from some reason because they don't want to be bad, they don't want to be evil. But the reality is that under the layer of guilt is a layer of anger. Another way that people deal with their emotions, and nice guys do this very often, especially with anger and pride and these arrogant and this kind of cocky emotions, is projection. I'm not like that, but he is. They project their own internal experience to the outside so they don't have to deal with it. I'm not selfish. I'm not at all selfish. It's all these arrogant bastards running around who only want to have sex with women and they don't care about them. This is how nice guy gets rid of his own masculinity, his own arrogance, which is positive, which is both positive and negative. But he rejects it completely and he projects it outside. Another way is expression, and it's expression of thoughts, expression of the sadness, expression of apathy. Expression of apathy is that you don't feel like doing anything. You don't have energy. You feel tired. The tiredness, the emotion of apathy is expressing itself as tiredness. But nice guys usually don't get, very rarely get to express because it's very dangerous for their social image and for the persona that they created for themselves and for others. So what they're gonna do is that they're gonna suppress, and with suppression, they will start analyzing using a pure logic what is the best thing to say, best thing to do in order to get what they want, in order to make the person like them, in order to get the approval, in order to feel safe, in order to be loved, and so on. So when they start feeling more things, what happens when they find themselves being under emotional tension, what happens is that it just reminds them how incapable they are of dealing with this on their own. And instead they try to focus even harder on trying to figure out the best way to do, to say, to act in the group of people. And because of that, they're not going to feel what they're doing, and they're going to feel inauthentic, which might end up that which very often ends up that they feel like imposters. And because they feel like imposters, because they're not connected in feeling with what they're doing, with what they're saying, they are going to look inauthentic, they're going to look fake, and that's the feedback that they're going to get. And it's just going to reinforce their already existing beliefs that there's something wrong about them, and that they have to do something, they have to try harder to become what other people want from them so that they can feel safe. This strategy is not working because they will be feeling what they're looking for from the outside. They have to be good enough, they have to be precise enough, they have to do, say, and feel the right thing so they can feel that they're enough. Is never going to work because it works the other way around. It works the way that you feel good about yourself first, you express this, and when you express how you feel good about yourself and you're natural, you're authentic, you're chilled, then other people are going to reflect this back to you. And it's going to reinforce what you already believe, is that you're okay, everything is okay with you, there's nothing wrong. You can just have fun and you can say literally whatever the fuck you want because everyone reflects not what you're saying, but what you're feeling, right? Just like I said earlier in the video. So the path out of the nice guy pattern is not by logically and analytically becoming perfect and becoming what everyone wants you to be, but it goes by actually looking what's in there, looking what are the emotions and thoughts in there, and working through them. Ideally, in my opinion, the fastest way, in my opinion, my experience and my own personal transformation, the fastest path is to work with tension and emotional releasing. Because when you have emotional releasing, you can go directly in there, in the unconscious. You can allow whatever the uncomfortable thing there is, you can allow it to come up, you can process it, and you can let it go. If there is fear, you can let the fear come up, you can process it, you can let it go, and you automatically go up in courage. If you're feeling ashamed for something, you can let that come up, and if you know how to deal with that shame, you can just allow yourself to feel the shame. You can have the experience that you need in order to move and grow, to move forward and grow. Then you let the shame go and you do whatever you want to do. You're going to live the amazing life that you want to live, right? This is universal for everyone because everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to feel good in their own skin, and everyone wants to have amazing experiences, and men tend to have desire to have experience of adventurous life. If you know how to process all the stuff that's coming up from your unconscious, all the thoughts, all the feelings, you can just keep this process running. You just keep the releasing running automatically, and you are just spontaneous everywhere you go all the time. Doesn't mean you don't feel tension. It means that you feel tension, but you're using it to grow your ability to handle tension and to grow as a man and to have fun, to be cocky a little bit on purpose, maybe a little bit arrogant, maybe to make a very mean joke, maybe to make fun from someone, just to see if you can if you can pull and push into each other and just have fun, right? This is what I call is the natural masculine confidence. I believe it's naturally wired in every single man. All that needs to happen is that man needs to stop doing the stuff that's dysfunctional and start to get aligned with the natural way of healing his emotional and physical body, which is emotional releasing, and learn how to deal with tension, and that's it. So if this is something that you want to do, go to biomatters.com/book now and book the session with me. What we're going to do is that we're going to look at where you are doing these things, what are the emotions that are preventing you from moving forward and being your own natural, authentic self and just have fun and grow in the world. And when we find this, what's not working for you, then we're going to have a look at what it is that you want. Are you more into dating? Are you more into polarizing your relationship with your wife or with your girlfriend? Do you want your ex-girlfriend back? Do you want to get better in your business so you handle more tension, so you're more confident? We're going to find out what it is that you want, and then we're going to create a step-by-step game plan from getting here to here. And that's for you, that's for free. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what you want, go to buymaros.com/book now and book a session with me today. So if that's you, you're going to find if you click there, you're going to find a schedule where you pick the time that works for you the best, and a very short questionnaire so I get to know you a little bit and I can prepare for the session as well. Okay, so buymaros.com/book now. Book the session with me right now, and I'm going to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.